High in the mountains, nestled amidst rolling hills, lay a village of simple folk. The villagers lived quiet lives. They worked hard, they helped each other. Honesty and trust were their way. Life was peaceful, the air was always fresh. Laughter echoed through the valley. It was a place where everyone knew your name. Among them lived a young shepherd. He was entrusted with a flock of sheep. His job was important. He protected the sheep from danger. He led them to green pastures. Every day he climbed to the top of the hill. He watched over his sheep with care. The shepherd's days were long. Sometimes he felt bored. He longed for excitement. This yearning for something more began to grow. He looked down at the village below. A mischievous idea began to form in his mind. One night, as darkness fell, the shepherd felt a surge of mischief. "Wolf! Wolf! Help!" he cried out, his voice echoing in the stillness. The villagers, hearing his desperate pleas, grabbed whatever they could, rakes, shovels, brooms, and rushed uphill. They ran to help the shepherd. They arrived out of breath, ready to fight. But they found the shepherd laughing. There was no wolf, only a mischievous glint in his eye. The villagers felt tricked. They returned to the village, shaking their heads and muttering about the shepherd's foolishness. The next night, the shepherd repeated his prank. He craved the attention. He reveled in the villagers' hurried response. Again they rushed to his aid, only to be met with laughter. Their anger grew. They warned the shepherd, "Do not cry wolf when there is none," they cautioned. But the shepherd ignored their warnings. He continued his charade. Each night the villagers responded, their patience wearing thin. They began to doubt his words. Trust once strong began to fray. One starlit night the shepherd's cry pierced the quiet valley. "Wolf! Wolf! It's attacking the sheep!" This time his voice was filled with genuine terror. A large, menacing wolf had appeared from the shadows. It was fierce and hungry. The wolf lunged at the helpless sheep. The shepherd's heart pounded in his chest. He was truly scared. He cried out again, his voice hoarse with fear. But this time, the villagers didn't come. They sat by their hearths, their faces grim. They had heard his cries too many times before. "The boy is playing tricks again," they said. "He has fooled us too often." They refused to be tricked again. They continued their chores, their hearts hardened by doubt. The shepherd watched in despair as the villagers ignored his pleas. Alone, he faced the wolf's fury. The wolf attacked the sheep, its fangs tearing through the night. The shepherd tried to fight back. He was brave, but he was no match for the powerful beast. The night was filled with the sounds of bleating sheep and the shepherd's desperate cries. But his cries were lost in the wind. No one came to help. The villagers remained in their homes, their trust shattered. By morning the carnage was evident. The once peaceful meadow was now a scene of chaos. Wool and blood stained the grass. The shepherd sat among the remains of his flock, his head in his hands. His cries of regret echoed through the silent valley. The villagers slowly made their way up the hill. Their faces, once filled with concern, were now etched with a mixture of anger and sadness. They surveyed the scene, their hearts heavy with regret. The shepherd, his face stained with tears, looked up at them and asked, "Why didn't you come? I cried for help, but you didn't believe me." An old woman, her eyes filled with wisdom and sorrow, stepped forward and said gently, "You cried wolf too many times. We believed you at first, but you chose to deceive us. Trust once broken is hard to mend." The shepherd's lie had cost him dearly. He had lost his sheep, the trust of the villagers, and his own integrity. His heart ached with remorse, but it was too late. The damage was done. The tale of the shepherd and the wolf spread throughout the land. It became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the importance of honesty and the devastating consequences of deceit. The villagers rebuilt their flock. Slowly they began to trust again, but they never forgot the lesson they had learned. And so the story serves as a timeless reminder to us all. Our words have power. Honesty builds trust. Deception destroys it. In a world where trust is more important than ever, the shepherd's tale echoes through the ages, a potent reminder of the enduring power of truth.